You're about to listen to the award-winning Stuart Pedasso Show. This show is for ideologically and emotionally mature audiences. If you should not be here, please go away. We'll still be here when you're mature enough to partake. Mwah!
Here we are.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Welcome to the Stuart Pedasso Show. I'm Dave.
I'm Melissa.
And if you're a regular listener to the show...
And beer.
And yeah, there's beer. You might be like, hey, there was no show last week, and there was supposed to be a show last week. And so, okay, here's what happened. Well, actually, I'm not exactly sure what happened, but here's to the best of our knowledge of what happened. So we went to the Rochester Erotic Arts Festival, and we were there 2 days, and we took audio from both days. And the first show was about day one. And then last Friday, I sat down to edit the audio for day two, and the audio was crap. And I don't mean just, we've had some shows back in the day that, you know,
and then you can tell too when we listen to them now.
That had some buzzing and whatever, as you know, different bad equipment and me not kind of knowing what was happening. But this was bizarre. I have no explanation of this. So it was like I was recording the ambiance, and we were like 20 feet away from the mic. So like we were like really, really in the background, and the crowd noise was right in the mic, which makes absolutely no sense. Because we were right at the mics like we are right now.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the waveform.
I mean, I looked over it quite a few times too. Also.
And we joke. I joke using the saying. I tried to fix it in post, like Bill O'Reilly, and it just made the crowd noise louder. And I'm like, oh, okay, this isn't helping. So there was nothing I could do. So we just didn't. I wasn't going to torch you with that.
We had some good people too.
Yeah, we had our friend Audrey back on, and we had some other folks. It was cool.
And I really liked Nim too.
Yeah.
They were my favorite.
Absolutely. Oh, I forgot. That's right, Nim too. Oh,
I know. I really liked them a lot. They were one of my favorite people I met.
So if you were listening to the show and you're new on our email list and you're like, hey, where's day two? That's what happened.
Hey, Nim, if you're listening,
yeah,
you totally were like probably my favorite person I met. So, I hope I see you again. So
I'm really sorry about that, but we did add a ton of people to our email list, and hopefully you're listening from that. And we... made new friends and talked to old friends again, and it was really cool. And I will definitely looking forward to next year. And I learned. I won't not just go by the waveform. I will test out stuff and listen to it ahead of time before it's the laptop. It's just a crapshoot with the laptop, whereas here on the desktop, it seems to be steady.
I was also wondering if, where we are is it's probably the perfect place because we get to see people as they're coming in. Like, we're one of the first people they see. Yeah. But, excuse me, I had a little burp. Again, beer. I was thinking, would it be better noise-wise if we were in a different space?
No, because it was fine on day one.
Okay.
So that's why I'm confused. I mean, if it was both days. Right.
Would it sound better, period? I'm not saying that clearly where we were had nothing to do why it didn't work.
Yeah, but then we might get closer to the whip and the electro stim guy.
Those are loud. And that is so loud. Yeah.
I mean, if you listen to the day one, 2 weeks ago, it was in the background for sure. Right?
Yeah, it's loud.
Yeah, it looked like we were outside and there was a bug zapper near us.
Kind of. I mean, that is kind of what it sounds like, actually.
Right.
Yeah.
So that was cool, and and we had the raffle for the Empire Lab stuff, the Clone of Willy and the Clone of Pussy, and both of those got won by folks, and they were both very happy about it. And the Clone of Willy took a little while. The Clone of Pussy. The winner was right there.
It's right there. They were right there.
She was like one of the last.
She was so excited.
One of the last people who put her name on the list, and so we were able to give it to her. But the person who won the Clone of Willy didn't see the email. She wasn't around, and she didn't see the email until we'd all gotten home. So I had to mail it to her, which is fine, no problem. But I've been so busy, I didn't get to the freaking post office for almost a week. So I wonder if she's wondering, where's my dick? Where's my dick, Dave?
Is the dick in the mail?
Yeah, the dick should be there by now.
Oh, okay.
But the dick was in the mail.
Okay.
So, and then of course I
think
thought
you should get that on a shirt. Where's my dick, Dave?
Where's my dick, Dave? And then on the back said "Dick's in the mail."
Yeah.
Okay. And then
Man!
when you go to the post office, is there anything perishable, explosive?
No, just a dick.
I wanted to say just a dick, just send a dick, but I was like, I'm not. It's just gonna bring trouble. It's like making a joke when you're trying to cross the border.
It's actually not a dick. It's the stuff to make a dick.
I know,
but it's funnier
that's
to
not
say
fun.
it's a
Yes,
dick.
it's, yeah.
I mean, it'll eventually be a dick.
It's like making a joke to a border crossing agent. It's like, dude, not the time. Just don't do it.
No.
You're just causing yourself trouble.
I remember my mom sometimes making jokes when we were going to Canada, and I remember being so embarrassed because I even knew back at the day, like, we're going into a border.
Yeah,
like,
but back it wasn't as serious then.
I know, like, they didn't even check ID or anything.
Right.
They just said, where are you coming? I remember going in, where are you from? Rochester, New York. What are you doing? We're going to go look at the falls today and go home. Because that's what you...
Yeah.
That's what, I mean, legit.
Yeah.
That's one of those things you do.
Yeah.
I'm just going to look at the falls today and go home. Okay.
Niagara Falls. For those
Niagara Falls.
Yeah.
You bringing anything with you? No. Okay, man. And they wouldn't even check your ID.
Right. And now it's like they almost want to rectal exam you. And
Well, I now have the right ID to get into Canada. So Dan and I were actually talking today about having... So we got our tax return back, and we decided instead of being responsible and putting it like into savings or buying something for the house or something, we decided we're going to take the $1,200 or whatever crap it is and take a little mini vacation. I was actually thinking about going to Niagara Falls, the Canada side, because I haven't gone in years. And I was thinking, like, when I used to go when I was a kid, we would just go for the day, and we would just, you do the falls things, and you walk around Clifton Hill, and you go into the silly shops and museums and stuff, and
like you do.
Right, that's what you do.
Yeah.
But I realized, like, I've never really done anything in Ontario. It's just been Niagara Falls.
Right.
And so I was thinking, I told Dan, I said, I've never stayed in a hotel right by the falls.
I did when I was a kid.
I would love to do that.
I've done that. Yep.
I said, I would love to do that. I said, and we could just find out some things to do in Ontario that's not that far from Niagara Falls and just drive over. Like, I've never done anything in Ontario, really. So we're actually talking about that as our possible trip.
Well, it's 2024. Of course there's a casino.
Yeah.
I know this. I'm just saying.
I know.
This.
I'm not in casinos.
Yeah.
The last time I was in Niagara Falls was actually with my ex-husband, and we did stay in a hotel casino place one night there. But we did go into the casino. I think even back then it was kind of like how I am now. It's like, all right, I have $20, and then I gamble the $20, and if I make money, I do. If I don't, well, then it's only $20. So I don't think we really gambled much. It was just staying in Niagara Falls for a day.
So, okay. I wasn't going to talk about this. I didn't plan it. This is popping into my head. Speaking of taking trips. So, okay, now
what kind of trip, Dave?
I'm going to say this. And some of you are going to scoff and think you're an idiot. This isn't a big deal kind of thing, whatever. But, you run your family the way you run your family, and I'll run mine the way I run mine, okay? So, not you. I mean,
no, I know
listeners,
what you mean. Yeah.
So, my lovely and talented daughter, who I adore, and I wish she would just move back home and stay on our couch. I don't mean sleep on our couch, but
right. You just want to get up and see her down there, like having cereal and watching TV.
I told her that as long as me and her mom's working, she can live at home and never have to have a job. I could not care less, and I'm being serious about.
Oh, I know you are. I know 100%.
Yes.
And it's very sweet, and I totally
I know that's not healthy if she did it. I know that, but still.
Yeah, you just miss her. You love her and you miss her.
So
you're a good dad.
She's down in South Carolina, and we're talking about we're going to go down this summer and see her and visit. And so we're figuring this out. So it was my intention not to work to teach summer school, and just a dumb little thing happened, and it looks like kind of need the money, and I'm going to be teaching summer school. And so now we got to balance around that. So like there's a 2-week or so period after this school year ends, and then there's like a 2-3 week period after summer school before the next school year, and so we're just trying to figure all that out. So this time my mother wants to go, And my mother's awesome, and she's like, I'll even pay for it. I was like, okay.
I mean, I'd let her.
Yeah, no problem. That's not a problem. I'm not.
Oh yeah, I mean, she loves it. She wants to do it.
The problem is, if we all go, my mother's usually the one who takes care of the cat. Right. And look, I knew this is with the part where you're going to go, Dave, suck it up. But no, we will not do this. We will not board her. We will not put her in a kennel or whatever you call it for cats. She will flip the fuck out.
I mean,
this cat will not have
I
it.
live right up the street. I could come over and feed your cat.
Really?
No, I really could. If it's I mean, just honestly, if it's I mean,
it'd be like for like a week.
That's fine. I just have to know when it is and see if I'm available.
Okay. Thank you.
I know. I'm like, oh, that's easy. I live right around the corner. I can come over and feed your cat.
So it's funny how this has been not a negotiation, but this has been like, this is holding up us making this plan because we're like, what the fuck are we going to do with this cat?
Well, now you have the answer.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Damn, going to South Carolina.
Oh, wait, unless you don't really want to go and say, oh, we can't.
Oh, no,
you really do.
I want to see my kid. I want to see Julia.
You want to see your kid.
Absolutely.
And I mean, hanging out. Your mom's cool. Hanging out with your mom would be cool.
Absolutely.
So then if she was going, that means you guys would be flying first class?
Probably not. I doubt that. Or she can fly first class.
Or she can do if she wants.
Her and Eve, if they want to save some money and put my ass at the back of the plane, I'm totally okay with that. That's fine. Whatever. I don't care. So,
well, first class. If you're flying first class in, like in really short flights, though, it's just not the same. Well, thing. I've flown first class in really short flights. It's just not like.
Now remember,
you just get really. It's just more.
Well, what are you saying short?
Huh?
What's short? What?
Like if you're just going like a couple states or something.
Well, okay. So now remember,
I flew here to Columbus. First class.
Oh, okay, that is short.
It was short, and it was like, I mean, I just had a little more extra room and stuff. It wasn't that big of a deal.
That's all I want. I don't need a fucking hot towel, dude.
Yeah, I got some extra food, and I had more leg room.
Oh, actually,
and only
that's
one
the only
seat
thing.
next to me, and that was the only thing that was. Whatever. It wasn't that much extra to do that.
I mean,
in that case, it wasn't that much extra.
I mean,
they
don't come by and give you a hand job.
No.
Then
you know what? I might have gotten a hot towel. I just thought about it.
Dude, I
think I still got the hot towel.
What airline? I was about to think, you got a hand job?
What? No, I know. That would have been nice.
That's what I'm saying.
No. But I just remembered, no, I did get a hot towel.
Okay.
I did get the hot towel.
Okay.
But all it was just like further up in the, I don't know. It didn't cost that much more.
That did not end the way I thought it was going. Holy shit. I was like, I bet it wasn't Spirit Airline. That's for fucking sure.
Oh, no, it definitely wasn't.
No hand jobs on Spirit.
Or maybe there are.
Not from what I've heard. Look at the plane lands.
I did fly it once years ago.
Did you? Oh, okay.
Ago. Yeah.
I
don't know. I haven't flown since COVID, so I don't know how anything is.
For Arizona.
Yeah, you did. I haven't flown since COVID.
It was fine. It was. I don't think I had any big stories. It's just I got there. It was uncomfortable, like you do in planes. And
are people still wearing masks on planes?
I did.
I mean, I would too.
Actually, not very many.
I would too.
Not many, but I did.
Yeah, I would. That air is just recirculated
right.
air.
Yeah, no, I'm not fucking with that.
I'm not fucking around with that. Yeah, I think if Dan and I
wear
I would probably be
and when I'm at school, but that's about it for the most part. I mean, school, I got.
Well, you got germ factories in school.
Yeah.
They're germ factories.
Yeah.
So you know,
even not for the COVID now. I think that might be the route till I retire because they are. I had a kid out this week with strep.
Yeah.
And while
you don't want to get strep.
I don't have tonsil. Can you get strep if you don't have tonsils?
I don't even know. I don't even know really what strep is, to be honest.
Well, it's a virus.
Is it a tonsil thing?
No, I know when I was a kid, I was constantly getting strep. I was constantly on penicillin. And that's when they said, dude, take the tonsils out. And we did, and I haven't had it since.
Oh, that must be related. I've never had it.
But, neither one of us are doctors. We just play one on a podcast.
On a podcast. Right. Sometimes we talk about doctor things.
Yeah.
But we don't really know shit.
No.
We know a few things. We don't only know what we know.
But if you want, you can turn your head and cough.
I could.
I'm just saying. So, okay, I'm totally changing the subject.
Okay, cool.
On that classy note.
You're so classy.
I am classy as fuck. I am. So, I have something in common with a famous person. Well, this person wasn't. This person was famous in our area, but now is nationally famous. And I have something in common with that person.
Is it the person who went to school with your wife?
Nope.
Okay. Oh, Tay Diggs.
No, it's not that that kind of famous.
Oh, okay.
It's a different kind of famous. In the same week, both me and District Attorney Sandra Dorley got speeding tickets.
Wait, did she actually get the ticket, though?
I don't know.
I don't know that she actually even got the ticket.
Really?
I don't know. I didn't even look it up.
So
I don't know. I haven't looked it up to see if she actually did.
Most folks will not know what I'm talking about, but this did make national news.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
You know why they will know? Okay. All right.
But
true.
international might not. So
I saw it so many times on different channels on YouTube.
I'm sure. But
so many different crime channels.
Because the video is just unbelievable. Well, it's believable, but I mean, it's just so incredible.
It just is like none of us would get away with this shit.
Right. Oh my God! If she was a person of color, they would have shot her ass.
Oh, without a question.
Oh yeah, well, in her own garage, they would have shot her ass.
And if it was you or I,
and dude would have said, "I was afraid for my life."
Right. And if it was you or I being white, they probably and not famous, they probably would have just handcuffed us.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, we wouldn't have gotten away.
So just in case, let me, because not everyone watches.
And
this.
I'm sorry, you got a speeding ticket. Sorry, dude.
Yeah, well, I was gonna briefly talk about
it. Happens.
I haven't had anything like that in like 20-something years.
Yeah, I'm sure, yeah.
And it was actually my part I can say really quick. So mine was, I'm not going to call, technically I was speeding. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to, and I'm sure my attorney is listening to this and going, why are you saying this on the podcast? I'm going to pay it. It's right here. It's not even a ticket. It's like this rolled up printout. I got to fucking... And they don't
GLB, even, nobody's listening to it.
They don't even tell you. They don't even tell you how much you owe. You have to plead guilty first, and then they tell you what you got to pay. That really sucks. So,
did you ask your attorney about that?
No, I don't know. It's a speed. I'm
just gonna pay the fucking.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
My life.
So it's this right around the corner from where I work. It's on it's not a highway. I think you call it an expressway, maybe. It's a 55 mile an hour thing, but there's like traffic lights every now and then. It's a rural
one of those kind of places.
Yeah,
okay.
But near to this traffic light, it goes like 55, and then for like a few hundred yards or whatever it is, maybe a quarter of a mile, it's 45, and then it goes back to 55.
No,
yeah,
that's bullshit.
Well, so.
But that's some bullshit. That is not even that long.
I was increasing my speed a little early before I went back to 55.
Okay.
And dude was, I don't know what building he was behind. Mm-hmm. And yeah, so I was, no question. In a 45.
I know, but it just seems like that seems like entrapment though, almost.
Dude, it was whatever.
That's
the
what
way
it
it
is.
is. So
Okay.
there were signs. It wasn't like it wasn't posted.
Again, you're just gonna pay it and move on with your life.
Yeah, yes, I know. That's how they get you. Right,
Mm-hmm.
And that's fine. I'm not here saying
so.
This
That's
is
what you
outrage.
did when they pulled you over. You just did it, and you're gonna just move on with your life.
I was annoyed, and he could tell I was annoyed, but I didn't talk back. Right. I didn't do the "Do you know who I am?" And
so how did Sandra Dorley handle it? Very differently,
yeah,
I've heard.
Sandra Dorley is the district attorney, the head lawyer of the government for our county in Rochester, New York, or Monroe
Not a
County.
fan.
No, she's always been like totally racist.
Oh,
she
she's
definitely
terrible. I have never voted for her.
People of color
very proudly,
different than
never voted for her.
she does like white people. It's documented. Okay,
she's awful.
She is, and the problem is the Democratic Party, even though they haven't had a non-Democrat in the city of Rochester elected in over 50 years, countywide the Democrats just fall over themselves, and they haven't been able to find a good candidate to run against her for whatever.
Which seems so ridiculous.
Well, it's whatever. I'm not going to get into that too much. Don't worry. We're talking politics today. I got something for you there, but not about this. So she was coming home from work or whatever, and she lives in a suburb like those folks do. The people
where life is worth living.
Where life is worth living. And she was speeding. Yeah. And
pretty bad too. It was like 20 over or something.
Yeah, she was speeding.
It was a lot.
She was speeding, and the town police officer tried to pull her over, and she wouldn't pull over. She drove to her house and pulled into her garage. Like, open, I assume she has a garage door opener, opens the door and pulls her car in. Not even like, and the cop pulled up and got out of his car, and he was talking to her. And of course, they have body cameras And
and I'm sure he knew even before he stopped her who she was.
Probably, I'm
right?
sure he ran the plate. Yeah,
saw.
absolutely. Probably knew who she was.
I think because I'm pretty sure he actually called her by name right away.
Yeah. So, and she got on her phone and was talking to the chief of police of that town before they even interacted. So she knew there was a cop behind her, and she was trying to call his boss. Now, what she said to him, I do not know, but I can imagine. And there is. Just YouTube it.
There's so many videos on YouTube to find.
I'll link to the thing in the show notes, I guess. And she was just do you know who I am? And she was totally rude. I mean, being rude to a cop, I don't have a problem with. But, she's the district attorney. She's supposed to be the head lawyer.
Yeah, it's not a good
prosecutes. Look. It is totally not a good look.
Not a good look. And I don't like cops either, but honestly, that dude didn't do anything wrong. He really was just doing his job.
Well, again, some cops could have pushed back, and
he
took
should
it.
have pushed back.
He took it. He probably knew that she has juice, and if he pushed back with the body camera stuff, he was the one that was gonna get fucked and not her.
Which sucks.
Yeah.
Which in this case kind of sucks.
Yeah.
I know. I don't want to be on the cop side, especially because of the
Yeah,
town, that particular town. But
you don't be on anybody's side on this. So, it's just fascinating, and it was one of those entitled people who thinks they're above the law and totally acted like it. And she did this crappy apology like days later that was so full of shit. And she was going to. Because she is the top lawyer, she's her own. She's elected, so I don't think she has a boss. She is the boss.
I don't think so. I don't
just
think
the voters.
she is the boss.
And so she's mentioned that and said she's going to, and not investigate herself, but she was going to not punish herself, but she was going to correct herself.
Yeah, she was going to take some classes.
Right.
She was going to do some, whatever. I don't know.
Right. So you should go check that out. And again, it's just our society and the way things are. And it's it's just an example of why we just shouldn't blindly follow people in power. We shouldn't just assume that whatever they do is legit.
So I've had some people. I am glad that we're talking about this because I talked about it on my Facebook page. And a couple people commented on it who are from my hometown. And one of the people who commented on it specifically said that they are friends with somebody who is friends with that person or friends with somebody who works with Sandra Doorley or anyway, whatever. She had a really shitty day in court or really shitty. Something happened that day that was really shitty. And I don't know what it was. Doorley did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Doorley had something really shitty, which understandable. That probably could happen. I mean, you're district attorney. Really shitty things probably happen all the time, which sucks. I mean, there's a reason why I don't have that job. I don't want to have to deal with shit like that.
Maybe they let a black person go or something.
Maybe.
Yeah.
That could be it. Yeah. So anyway, so my friend was saying, even though what she did was really unprofessional, and she should have known better and blah, 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 blah. But she was like, I really feel like this was just her on a bad day. And then, so I didn't really want to get into this, friend, because honestly, I welcome other people's views on my page as long as people are respectful. And this person, I often have the same views on a lot of things. So I'm not going to go, nah, you're wrong. But I still welcomed other people's views. And then one person had the same view as me and then watched the whole tape and they were like, yeah, maybe they were just having a bad day. And so I don't know. So yeah, she probably was having a really bad day and maybe something really shitty did happen. And maybe it was something that you and I would think is shitty too. And we would go, yeah, if that happened to me too, I'd be really upset. But it's not the same. We're not the same people.
Well,
you and I aren't elected officials.
Right.
We're not.
There's that. And again, who you're having that shitty, go home and yell at your kid. I mean, I don't want you to go home and yell at your kid, but you're going to do it to the guy with the gun? Like, really? That's who you're gonna.
At what point did you not think
to yourself? So entitled that you think you can take out your bad day on the guy with the gun? Okay.
Yeah, I'm like I was glad. Well, I would say furthermore on that, my friend was like, I wouldn't post this on my own page, and I wouldn't necessarily post this on other people's, but I feel comfortable with you and your friends because I see a lot of people with intelligence and understanding that, I can say this is my feeling about it, which actually honestly made me feel kind of good. It's like, even if I don't have the same opinion as this friend of mine, I still felt kind of cool that they felt safe to post an opposing opinion on my page. I thought that was kind of neat. Because if we don't have opposing opinions on a lot of other things. Yeah, I'm fine. Actually, I won't be soon. Yeah, bear me. Yeah, I mean, there's some things I can't, there's some things I can disagree with people and I can disagree with somebody on something like this. I can't disagree with somebody on whether transgender people should have the same rights as you and I. Like, there's some, you know what I mean? So anyway, I was just really pleased that she felt comfortable posting on my page about her feelings about it. But yeah, I was glad to see somebody else's opinion and respect it, or, respect you have your own feelings about it. But in my way, I was also, of course, thinking about Judge Estacio and thinking about how everybody treated her for breaking the law and doing things. And I'm like, not even the same thing. And that was honestly, watching that video, that was actually one of the first things that came to my mind was this was not how, like, she broke the law too and treated very differently.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, even the Locust Club is like, oh, we still love Sandra.
Yeah, the Locust Club is the Rochester Police Department's union.
Hey, why are they called the Locust Club?
Oh man, I forgot. It's something bad. What's a locust?
Oh, no, I'll say it then.
I do. I know it's something.
Locust is a type of wood that is used to make the type of the things that you hit people with.
Okay. Yeah, and that's the name of their union.
Yeah.
After, yeah. A weapon.
That's the type of wood that is used for. Wait, what do they call that? The wood thing that you hit with.
A paddle?
No.
A whip?
A
switch?
No, that police use.
Oh, a billy club kind
billy
of
club. That's the word.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Thank you. That's what I was looking for. Billy club.
All right.
Locust wood is a traditional wood that is used to make billy clubs.
Oh, I'm glad there's a traditional wood for that. Mm-hmm. Not just any old wood laying around. Well, that's good.
So yeah, that's what they're named after.
How traditional that is.
I know. So gross.
So I wasn't planning on going here, but I had, since the last time we've done a show, I've had an internet beef. And I don't usually have that.
Oh, I know. I'm usually the internet beef person. Oh, what was your internet beef? Tell me.
So a group in town in Rochester, New York, that is people of color. Just people of color that do some community stuff in the community. That's all. Okay. Posted something about the supermarket Wegmans, and it was just some article about they're opening a new store somewhere, and the comment was, "Man, Wegmans is killing it," right? And somebody else, I didn't come in on this. I was like, whatever, because I'm not a fan of Wegmans. I don't use them, and I've talked about why before, but you'll hear it again in a second because of what happened. Somebody else commented about how they're not super thrilled with that store, and I just said, yeah, I don't shop there anymore either. Since when we were all getting tear gassed during Black Lives Matter protests, they were giving cops free food.
Beef pizza. That was was the end for me.
Right. So, some dude, old white dude who I've never met in my life, goes, you mean the riots, white boy? And I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? Right. And I'm like,
he's white too?
Yeah.
Oh.
And I'm like,
all right, weird.
And I'm like, and then he says something about, aren't you the one with the Antifa flag in front of your house? Which, by the way, means he really knows who I am, because I did have an Antifa flag in my house for like a month. And the only reason
I think it was longer than that, dude.
No, I said it was up for a month.
Oh, I think it was up longer than that.
No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't? Oh,
no,
okay.
And the reason it wasn't up very long was because, because it was just too fucking big. It was getting tangled up in the wind.
Annoying.
Yeah. I
remember your Antifa.
Bought the wrong side. Bought the wrong size. So the fact that he remembered this from a long ass time ago, that I don't know who this dude is. I don't know where he lives. I mean, I could look it up in the voter reg thing, but I don't really care.
Right.
So I just started. I was like, well, first of all, that was a long time ago, and Antifa means anti-fascism. So if you have a problem with the Antifa flag, that must mean you're pro-fascist. Do you like fascism? And by the way, I now have a Palestinian flag in front of my house. Questions? And he just kept with this, and I'm like, all right, I'm done. I'm checking out. But then the group that posted the original thing came on and tagged him and said, "Get off this comment thing, you clown," to him. Ooh. And I was like, all right, I'm done. That's good.
Okay.
They took care of it.
Yeah.
Over. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. He just caught me on a day where you start talking about, you obviously know who the fuck I am. And if you're going to bring that shit, let's go.
Let's go, dude.
I'll do it. I'll do that. So, yeah, just some fucking old. And you know what the funny thing is? And I'm sorry, I'm going to make a reference that.
He called you white boy.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
so
literally
weird.
white boy. I'm
like, dude, you're white. What the fuck?
Well, because I said when we were protesting for Black Lives Matter. And he said, what, you mean the riots, white boy? So basically, I shouldn't have been there protesting.
Oh, I see now. I'm like, because I'm just saying, usually when you hear that, it's usually a black person saying it in a negative, like.
Right. No, I got the connotation that I had no business being there because I'm white. I should stick to my own kind of thing.
Right. Oh, no, I understand what you mean.
Yeah, his fucking hood was showing, basically.
Ew.
So, whatever.
Did you block him?
I'm not his friend.
I had to block somebody. I blocked somebody recently who clearly did some weird, like, it was just like one of those weird, like, once in a while I'll comment on something random and this guy didn't like my comment. I don't even fucking remember what it was, to be honest, and I don't even know that it matters. But here is the thing. He did enough of a deep dive to find out what my real name was. No. And then he posted my real name on there, and then I was like, oh, well then, because he called me a cunt, and whatever page it was on deleted it. Like I didn't even report it. I was just like, oh, like it wasn't even anything to like be that. Was
he British?
No, I don't know.
Like
I don't think he was.
Like like over there, cunt is just
no.
Asshole,
He was just.
Oh, my stars kind of thing.
No, it wasn't like that. Oh. Yeah, but then he clearly did some quick deep dive on me on the internet and found out my real name. I was like, okay, block you. Yeah. And then I went to my couple other accounts that I had and found him on there, block you there, and I block you here.
Well, so this guy, my guy, I did look, I check, and we have one friend in common.
Who is that?
This is what, and I apologize. None of y'all are going to know who I'm talking about. Alex. And I'm like, what does he go to the game store? How does he? I mean, Alex knows a lot of people.
Alex knows, I was going to say, and I would guess most people who might friend Alex, he probably accepts it because he probably wants people to either one go to a store or two vote for green things.
And
so my guess is that he might.
Green, yeah.
And if Alex listens to this and I'm wrong, I apologize.
Oh no! I guarantee you, Alex will probably go, oh yeah, I know that guy, and he'll roll his eyes. That's that's probably what happened. Yeah. So, and I keep forgetting to bring it up, but I don't even care. I can't even remember the dude's name anymore. I have to go look, and I am not doing it because I'm not spending my life thinking about this dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he can. I will use from the famous words of our friend Sean Scanlon. He can go shit in a hat.
Oh man, did you see Sean's post for Kristi Noem after well, you know who that is, right?
I did. Yeah, no, I'm sorry.
The lady who thinks it's okay to kill a puppy.
Kill her dog, yeah.
Yeah, kill dogs. You know, like, well, my dog, that dog was a jerk. I'm just going to kill it.
Yeah.
Like,
she could do that to people.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he did a really good.
I don't wish you can do that to people, but just, you know.
No, I know what you mean. Yeah, I mean, not really, but some people you think, maybe you.
So, speaking of douchebags, and watch how this is one of the artistic transitions how we do.
Oh man,
it is.
I'm so excited. Speaking of
douchebags, it is that season for me, and I think
it's douchebag season.
kind of, sort of way. No, sort of, depending on your. No, it's not douchebag season. It's petitioning season.
It is.
And whenever you do that, so let me explain for folks who don't know. So generally in most states in the United States, and probably in other countries, in terms if you're allowed to vote, to get on a ballot, you need signatures on a petition.
Say not Russia.
Maybe you might need signatures.
Putin just kills his rivals.
Yeah, but you still, before you get killed, you might need signatures.
I mean, maybe.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, he just kills his rivals. So.
Yeah, well, I know to get on the ballot for president in Oklahoma, you don't need petition signatures. You just need $34,000. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's the only state that does that. You usually need at least a handful of signatures somewhere.
Weird.
Yeah.
So you literally could just buy it.
Yeah. Well, it just gets you on the ballot. Doesn't.
I know, but you can just buy a ballot. Buy yourself.
Get your way on to get on there. Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Well, whatever.
If you got 34 grand to kill, just to piss away. Sure, go for it, dude.
Right. I don't. But
right. Me too. So it's that time, and well, okay. I'm not going to get into it is the time now for us to work to get Jill Stein on the ballot for the Green Party in New York State. We'll just leave it at that, okay? And so I'm out there. I was out today. I was out getting. I'm at 238 signatures personally. I've pledged to get 500, so I'm almost halfway there, and I got about a little over 3 weeks left.
Okay, I was going to ask how much time you have.
Yep, and let me say this. Generally, and don't worry, I'm going to get back to the douchebags. I'm not forgetting you. People have been very receptive.
Great.
Now, what I'm saying is not a lie, but I'm emphasizing this is kind of the petition is for two kind of things at the same time. Is to get Jill on the ballot, but it's also to help the Green Party get ballot status back in New York State.
Right.
Okay. So
they shouldn't have lost in the first place.
Well, right. Well, again, that's not we're not going to get into that right now. It's a really complicated
I know.
story.
Thank you, Cuomo.
Yeah.
Dickhead.
So I'm emphasizing getting the Green Party back on the ballot, and it is overwhelmingly positive. People are like, "Oh, yeah," and I got some people going, "You guys got kicked off?" Like they had no clue.
Well, and I feel like people. I mean, I don't know. I do know some Republicans, but the Republicans I know are very much like middle road, not like the
Trump
not MAGA Republicans.
Right.
So I feel like even the Republican people I know would be like, oh sure, I'll sign that. Everybody should be on there if they want to run.
If you're willing to run, you should be able to. And I get that also. And I've had people directly say, "Hey, I'm not voting for that person, but you should have the right to run."
But I don't.
Absolutely.
But that's what matters, though.
The funny thing is, the people who go, "Oh no, not the Green Party," are Democrats.
Oh yeah, the Republicans probably don't care as much.
Yeah, because there's still that false idea that we take away votes from the Democrats, or libertarians take away votes from Republicans, as if it's their votes to begin with and we take them from Democrats. Not that it's your vote and you get to choose who to vote for. It's their votes inherently. And they have people, and I'm using this word on purpose, they have people brainwashed to think it's their votes. So I have Democrats say, "Oh no, I can't help the Green Party." It's not about democracy.
You could at least put her on the ballot, though.
Nope, because that'll take away votes from Democrats.
Oh, not putting somebody on the ballot.
Dude, they're not interested in democracy. They're interested in their team winning. Or Trump derangement syndrome.
I mean, clearly, I'm a Democrat, I'm a Democrat. I don't really know who I'm going to vote for yet. I'm going to wait until it gets down to the wire to decide who I'm going to, obviously I'm not voting for Trump, but it's either going to be Biden or Jill Stein. It's just going to be like, what happens when I get to that point? What is it looking like? But 100%. Anybody who wants to be, I don't even fucking care if it's somebody who's like a crazy like right wing weirdo that wants to be on the ballot. But if they get enough signatures and shit, they still have the right to be. I don't like them, but that's not. Yeah. I'm one person. They still have the right.
So, oh man, so many places my brain froze for a second. So let me get back to the original thing. So douchebag. So this is the season where, and again, it has been overwhelmingly positive.
I'm glad to hear that.
Right. But there are people with no fucking lives that no matter what your cause is, they're just going to be dicks. And most of the time, I am very good. It's like thick skin time. You put it on and you just kind of, whatever, move on to the next person. Yeah. But I'm not going to lie. Like today.
Sometimes you can't. Sometimes you just, the skin is hard.
So today, I don't know if we have time. We might have time to get into this. So I got up earlier than usual on a Saturday and got out to the public market, which is like our local farmer's market, which is the big place to be.
The best public market in the country at one point. It might still be. It's pretty fucking great.
I think it was rigged. But
I don't think it was rigged. It's a really great public market.
So I got there super early, and actually another observation, which I'll make in a minute. And I was petitioning for about an hour and a half, and then I was volunteered by someone in this house, who shall go nameless, to go participate in clean sweep. Okay, dude, I got volunteered. I don't.
But it's a good thing, though.
I don't like people telling me what I have to do.
No, and I agree with that part. But it is a good thing, though. Clean sweep is good.
Kind of. It is. It isn't. It's
I don't know. It seems like camaraderie, keeping things nice.
Okay, so clean sweep is this thing they do once a year in the spring where groups get together and it's coordinated by the city of Rochester, and you basically sweep up the neighborhoods.
Clean up the garbage.
And it's usually in the hood, and which is fine. But the only problem I have, and now I'm going to turn into Green Party guy again, is that, God damn it, the city should be doing this all the time. There shouldn't be this much to fucking sweep up. There shouldn't be all this shit. They should be hiring people, minimum wage or whatever. I don't care to go down the street.
I guess I didn't realize it was only once a year that they do clean
it's in the
sweep.
spring cleaning kind of thing.
Right. But I guess I thought it was longer than that.
No. So that's my only thing about it. That's why I've actually never participated.
I get what you're saying on that. Yeah.
And that's fun, but you're right. There's camaraderie. You meet people and all that jazz, and I do that. Right. So I stopped my petitioning, and I went to clean sweep and got skanky and dirty and all that jazz. But it was cool. I met great people. It was I did it with for my friend Mercedes and her group, and it even got me some other things where I'm going to be donating books to her nonprofit, and it's going to be awesome.
Right. So, I feel like a lot of it is also. I mean, it's cleaning, but it's also getting to meet people.
No question. And I don't have a problem with that. So, but I was sweaty and tired and all this shit. So, but I'm like, the public market still has like 2 hours left, and I'm committed. I'm going to go back.
Man, so you went back all sweaty and shit?
Yeah, so I went back and I was tired and sweaty and shit, and I wasn't having the douchebags. And here's the thing where I can come back to. I'm noticing now going to the public market and doing this petitioning. It's so weird. If you show up super early, and when I got there at 7 a.m, people are motherfucking grumpy. And I'm guessing because they got out of bed to go to the public market.
Well, those are the people who are like legit. Like I need either that's what they only do, or they're like a business.
And my mother.
Well, I'm saying businesses who go there and buy like all their tomatoes and shit.
Well, no, that wasn't bugging restaurants and shit. But so people are fucking grumpy, and then around 8 o'clock in the morning, it's still early on a Saturday. They're awesome. They got to sleep in a little bit, and they're just happy to be at the public market. Sure, I'll sign your petition. They're so fucking awesome. And then when it gets later, there's probably the people who were out the night before, and they're fucking douchebags again. It's this weird bell curve kind of thing. Oh, yeah,
because those are the people come later, and they're hoping to find the things that they're looking for, and they may not find it now because...
Well, I don't even care if it's that intense.
I mean, I've done all of those things. Yeah. I have been there super early. I have been there at the 8, 9 o'clock hour, and I've also been there in the later hours.
It just really seems like there's this weird, like, different moods of people come at different times, and I hadn't noticed that before until this last 2 weeks petitioning's been going on.
That's a very interesting, like, human.
Yeah,
just watching
someone
how
should do a study
act.
on this. It was really weird how I'm noticing like grumpy, like the most amazing people I want to take home,
right?
And then fucking douchebags again, just being rude as fuck. It's like, dude, I'm volunteering.
You can just
say no, thank you.
No, thank you, and walk on.
Right. You don't have to. I literally have people
or
just
act like you're deaf and you didn't hear. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Just
people.
Not be an
No,
ass.
don't do that either. That's rude too.
Oh, do you think it's rude?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
sometimes. Well, I mean, I don't say I'm deaf. I just
don't-
kind of like act like I didn't hear. Like I look over somewhere else, like I wasn't listening.
No,
or
I have
something.
people that'll look you in the eye and just like not acknowledge your existence.
Oh no, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah,
that's weird.
I have people just don't say anything, and as they're looking at you, wave their hand away. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh no, I wouldn't.
It's like
do that.
fuck you, and I don't say it, or maybe I'll turn
I act
around
like I don't
and under
hear
my
things.
breath, kind of a little bit.
Yeah, I just act like I don't hear things.
Ah,
but if
yeah.
somebody calls me out on it, I'm not going to be a dick about it. I mean, if I act like I didn't hear because I don't really want to
Yeah.
get into it, but then if they call me and I'm like, I'm not
Yeah.
yeah.
So anyway, so I've been petitioning. I'm doing that, and I'm good at it, and it's like it's been interesting. I haven't hated it. It's the one thing though. I will say this. So there's different ways and different techniques to get signatures. So you go to a public place like that, and you get people to sign, and that's cool. And you get more in quantity, but you can't vouch necessarily for the quality. You don't know if they're actually registered to vote or if they're actually registered at the address they write down.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of times, not all of those signatures are going to be valid if they get challenged.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, good to know.
But you don't get as many, but you know they're legit if you get the list of registered voters and you go door to door.
Right.
But you don't get as many, and it's a lot more of a pain in the ass. Public market, you pretty much stand in one small area, and you just turn.
Oh yeah,
around.
I've gone there before when you've been there,
Yeah.
when you've been working
Right,
there, doing
but
your
door
shit.
to door is fucking tiring, man. So back in the day, I would work all day, and then I'd go knock on doors at night or in the evening or whatever, and I'd be tired, but I could do it. And now I'm getting home from work, and I just fucking want the couch. I'm getting old, man. Now part of it might be the surgery I had. I'm still getting myself back into any
We
kind
are
of human
also getting
shape,
older.
and I'm getting older.
We are.
But I'm feeling, and I know. I trust me. I've worked through this. I still have that activist guilt a little bit, like, man, I should be knocking on doors. It's sunny out, but I'm just fucking tired. I've been dealing with shitty kids all day, and I just, god damn, I just can't do it, man. And like I said, I've gotten almost half my goal. So, and there's the hugest thing that's coming up starting next week, and I'm gonna crush my goal. I'm not worried about that. I will be at the Lilac Festival.
Oh yeah, you'll be good there.
Yeah, that's not gonna be a problem at all. So
Yeah, because you got people from all over there. So
well, that too, but I mean, just the numbers of people is just gonna be like the public market every day, pretty much.
Yeah.
So I'll be doing that.
Man, I never go to the Lilac Festival.
Well, I don't either, but I'm going for this.
I know I never. And this year is actually going to be great because the lilacs are already in bloom.
So
This is
Rochester,
gonna be a
New York is
good year
known
for
for
lilacs.
lilacs, this type of flowery bush type thing.
It's
and
not just lilacs are amazing and they're one of
okay.
my favorite flowers. You stop it.
okay,
We are the lilac capital of the world.
right. So that's what I'm saying. So that's
There's
why we
like
have a
hundreds of
festival,
varieties.
and people do come from all over the place for this thing, and it's like it's like 10 days long. It's a
Yeah, so we have a
It's
park.
usually around the time of this time of year when they're in bloom, and they're not in bloom for very long, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a short bloom time. So so we have a park. It is if people know who Olmsted is, it is in Olmsted Park. And there are, I don't remember how many different varieties of lilacs are there, but I don't generally always like to go there during the festival because there's too many people. I mean, I have, but I do like to go there sometimes when the festival's not going on during that time. So afterwards. And you can really tell. You go to each bush and stuff, like different ones, you can tell they do smell different. There is a different scent with the different lilacs. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm not that in tune to my senses for that.
Okay.
I'm just saying. I'm not.
Yeah, if people are
disparaging anyone who
anybody's
does.
listening to me
I'm not jealous, but I congratulate. I mean,
Yeah, they're
what's the word?
amazing.
It's the word I'm looking for. I applaud you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the word I was looking for.
Yeah, this is actually one of my favorite times of the year in Rochester. When I'm out walking around, I will stop at every single fucking lilac bush and put my face right in there and smell it.
Oh, you're that person.
I am that person. I am that
I
person.
meant that one person.
I know there's lots of
We
people
talk
that
about
do.
you.
Yeah.
I know. I was just
Put my face right in those lilacs and take a big smell. Oh my God. It's really one of the most intoxicating smells.
So I'll
in the
be
world.
there petitioning.
Yeah.
Now they are. I've dealt with the organizer of the Lilac Festival, and they can be a little fascist at times. But I will not be inside the gate.
There you go.
I'm going to be just outside the gate, and
okay.
people, so they can if they have a problem with that, it'll be in public space. They can suck a big one. They can go choke on a lilac. Just saying,
because they're all over. Yeah, this is. I mean, yeah, some years they're not in bloom, and that does kind of suck when that happens when the festival's going on.
Yeah, but you can have kettle corn, so you're good.
I know, like, because you're not into lilacs like I am. I'm like,
right.
Man, I love it though. They're so beautiful and they smell so good.
Right in our driveway.
Yeah, no, I have a gorgeous lilac bush next to my house.
There was a lilac bush when we moved in. We're not doing anything to it. I mean, we obviously prune it, but yeah, we're not getting rid of it.
Yeah, I pruned mine last year. Yeah, so we were talking about gardening. I pruned mine last year really nicely, and I noticed like all the places that I pruned, I definitely noticed there was plenty more lilacs there. I thought I pruned in the space that was in the front. I have hardly any lilacs in this one section on my tree.
Okay, I have noticed,
like, it's a big bush. Like, it's like 2 stories high. It's big.
I have noticed that when you fuck with a plant, they get moody for like a year. When we move our apple trees, we don't get apples that year at all. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if you noticed coming in, they're really blooming this year.
Oh, okay.
So like we moved them for the final time. We're not moving them again, and nothing. They were so mad. They were cranky apple trees. They were not having it, and now poop, poop, poop.
Now they're fine.
Now they're fine. They get moody. They're like teenage girls.
It's just weird that these, like, the sections that were fine last year are not fine this year. It's like it did like the opposite.
Oh yeah, there's all crazy shit like that.
Fucking trees.
Fucking plants.
I just want as many lilacs as possible.
I tried to start seeds and like I almost all of them died.
Bitch. I actually have more lilacs than I did last year, but it's just not. But there's this one section in front that there's no lilacs, and it's right in front. It makes me mad.
You are?
What?
You're the Lilac Nazi.
I am a lilac Nazi.
Oh.
Do not call this show Lilac Nazi.
Oh, damn. I hadn't even thought about it. What else are we going to call it?
I don't know. It might have to be that. Because I just said it.
It's the best name, though. I didn't even think of that.
It is a good name. I'd call it Lilac Nazi.
All right. Thank you. I'm not saying you're the Lilac Nazi. I'm
not, but it is a funny name.
It is. That's what I'm saying.
It is funny.
I mean, I come on. It's more creative than like Sandra Dorley sucks.
I mean, she does.
Right.
Everybody's been putting that out there.
That's not a good name for a show.
Yeah, everyone knows she sucks. Do you think anything's going to happen with the city council sending letters to Letitia James?
Oh, geez, sorry.
You did know that happened, right?
Kind of.
Yeah, they send. They all signed it.
Like, I did see that. No,
they sent to Letitia James to investigate further, but I don't know. I don't know if Letitia James is. I don't know. She's got so much going on. I don't know.
Well, she does have staff.
Okay. So much.
I'm just saying,
but there's so much going on with like the Trump trials and stuff.
Yeah, okay, but she does have staff. It doesn't have to be her specifically.
I mean, it wouldn't be her specifically, but
I don't know. That's pretty tough because that's like even though they're in different parties politically, it still is like.
Right,
they're both kind of lawyery,
they're all DAs and stuff.
Yeah, so I don't know. She's like the head state lawyer, whereas Sandra Dolly's the head county lawyer. I don't know if that's what you want to do, or they'll come to an agreement. There'll be something official, hand slap kind of thing,
some sort of hand slappy type of thing,
so she can say face that she did something.
Yeah, Letitia's like, I told her, blah 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 blah.
Yeah,
goddamn lawyers.
So, look at the time. All right, well, we can do this. I now I don't have a segue, if that's okay.
No, we do what we want.
I don't understand.
Always.
I could have segued, but it would have been forced. So, we've talked about this. I am in the process of taking 12 college credits worth of sign language, or deaf studies, so to speak.
Is that what it's called? deaf studies?
Well, I'm not matriculated. I just need 12 credit hours. So I'm trying to get certified to teach sign language in schools, like 7 through 12. And the parameter, what I need to do is I need 12 credit hours, and I need to pass this Pearson Corporation test.
Ugh.
Well, I've already passed it. I knew I was going to pass it.
I know. I know you would have passed it anyway.
Yeah,
but it just sucks.
They wouldn't let me just take the test and test out, but I still have to do these 12. I have to pay and do these 12 credit hours. So,
anything to get money from us.
Yeah, I know. Well, no, I'm the community college that I'm taking them from is getting the money, but I will have to pay them for the licensing because you pay for everything. But anyway, so I'm taking a deaf culture class. And one of the parameters of it, one of the things, the requirements, is this project. And you can do it pretty much on almost anything you want that has to do with deaf culture, or deafness anyway. And because I'm trying to, technically I am teaching sign language already, but it's an exception because I don't have the certification and because everybody's short of teachers. So I decided to, because this will force me to do more research on being a teacher of sign language. So I thought this interesting, I'm going to call it a conversation. I'm going to be nice. First of all, a lot of deaf folks, culturally deaf people, capital D deaf, believe that hearing people should not be teaching sign language, period.
Okay.
I understand.
I understand that. Respect.
Right?
I mean, I guess I don't, I'm not educated enough to have an opinion, but I understand that they may have that feeling.
If there are deaf people, qualified deaf people lined up for these gigs, and then I think they should be hired before me, no question, without question.
Yep.
But there's not. I actually know a deaf person who has taught sign language, and he was such a bad people person that they didn't allow him to teach anymore. It had nothing to do with his sign language ability.
Right.
He just was a bad people person.
Right.
Right.
Doesn't always work.
Right.
Yeah. It doesn't always work that way.
Right. So I totally understand that. I'm not looking to take away a job from a deaf person at all. I work in a rural program there is no deaf person who wants to teach sign language out there. Right. And there's not a lot of foreign language teachers at all. So a lot of my students are taking this because they have to have a credit of language to graduate. Right. So this is a big deal so that these kids can graduate. So my project is about and I'm not going to say should be hearing or deaf people teaching. I'm not going there. That's no. But the idea of if you teach sign language, is it best to allow people to use their voices or insist people don't use their voices? So it's the same thing if you learning Spanish and you come in first day and the teacher will only speak in Spanish.
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
And
I took French, so I took 2 years of French.
And so that's what I'm starting to do the research on is like, look, I get it. And the argument is, look, culturally, if you go in using your voice, you're being disrespectful to deaf culture. And I get that. And I'm not disagreeing with it necessarily, but I'm also, my goal there in this class is to teach these students, especially the students I work with, that they're in my program because either they have a learning disability or they have such a low tolerance of frustration. And I've actually asked my students this year about this. If we started in September and I said we can't use our voices, would that be okay? They and almost everyone said no. I would have walked out. I would have refused to come to your class.
Yeah, that my feeling is honestly the same thing. Is because I feel like they're already struggling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I could see like in my French class. I mean, I took it because I had to take it for a Regents diploma. So that's certainly a different kind of level. Where like
a higher level diploma for folks
higher, for people who don't know, it's a higher level diploma in New York State. So it would make sense that I would take a class in French where the teacher did mostly speak French.
Yeah.
And she did mostly speak French in class. We did, she didn't always, but she did actually mostly speak French. But I don't think that would be fair in your class.
Yeah.
Not for those kids.
Well, but even in a mainstream situation, so I've got these, and it's going to be interesting because I'm taking this deaf culture class, and I'm taking ASL 2. So last semester I took ASL 1, and the 2 classes I'm taking now are online. This one was in person last semester. And the teacher's deaf, and she did not use her voice and would not let us. Mm-hmm. And first of all, when everybody else in the class found out that I was fluent in sign, they were all like clenching their teeth going, "What's she saying, Dave?" It was so annoying. I know.
No.
Fuck off, kids.
Man.
And it was adults, too. So
I'm sure it was adults.
Yeah. But the thing was, as adults, they got so frustrated that almost none of them, I think none of them, are taking ASL2. And some of them dropped out.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, so you're upholding deaf culture, which awesome. I'm totally for, but is that really helping if like almost everybody just stops learning it and quits? So I'm like, I'm kind of torn on this. And so I'm not done with the project. I'm not done with the project, and I'm still doing research. And there is not a lot of research on this, like scientific data. There's like opinions shit all over the place. But I found one small research, one small study done, like of 20 people.
On languages in period.
No, this was sign language.
This was sign language.
Well,
okay.
I've kind of started reaching out about other languages too.
Because I still feel like this actually applies to a lot of other languages.
It is, but
there's not a culture. It's a different thing because like deaf culture is like this is like a whole different thing.
But I'm just trying to find something in any kind of that's scientific, not people's opinion. Right. So it's just been interesting, and my second rough draft of this project is due on Sunday, this is Friday. Oh shit! It's Saturday. It's due tomorrow. And then the next week I have to. It's not. The funny thing is, I only have to turn in like outlines because the actual final is a presentation in sign language, and the teacher's deaf, and it's going to be interesting to see how this is going to go.
Well, I feel for you, it'll probably be fine. I'm curious about other people in your class, so other people that may not know it as well.
Here's the funny thing though. The online class, there's really not as much interaction. It's more online than you do individual stuff, as opposed to a lot of interaction with peers. For better or worse. I mean, I only took the online ones because it just the other classes that were live didn't fit in my schedule. Because I work for a living, right? They're all during the day, so these are the only ones that fit. And I have one more class to take, and I was hoping to do it over the summer, but nobody offers ASL 3 in the summer. Oh, no, I'm sorry. One college around here did, and it was $7,000. And I'm like, no, thank you. RIT, thank you, but no, thank you.
Holy shit.
Right, because it's 3 credits, and it was like $2,500 a credit or something like that.
Oh, my God.
Right. I'm like, nah, I'm good.
I mean, it is a really good school, but just for one class, you're like, nah, I'm good. I'm good, dude. Thanks.
So I'll wait for the fall. So I'm not going to get certified till the beginning of next year, and that's fine.
You're going to MCC, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm doing it at a community college. Yeah. So it was just an interesting topic. It was an interesting thing to close out the show, and that's it. We're done. We're out of time. I know I keep saying this. I have no idea what's happening next week. Maybe ever. Maybe our friend, I'm only gonna say this one more time. Maybe our friend Nina will come. We're just not linking up schedules right now. But when she does come, it's gonna be glorious.
It's gonna be the best.
You will love it long time. And I don't know. We'll be back next week with something. Right? And
stay cool.
I think that's it. Ciao.
For years, the Beauty Industrial Complex has been telling you that you weren't pretty. Your skin doesn't glow enough. Girl, you got to do something about those eyebrows. What about those crusty feet? Or that tummy? But nothing could be further from the truth. You don't need to spend all that money on those things because you're already beautiful. Where you should be spending your money is on the fact that you're really a disgusting, smelly whore. It's true. That's why I invented Lumi. No, really, you stank bitch. All of you. Armpits, underboob, the back of your neck, thumbnails. You reek. That's why you need Lumi. Check this out. When you get out of the shower, you have a stink rating that I just made up of 0. After just 2 hours, your stink rating goes to 50. 50! This isn't something I made up. It's science that I just made up. Lumi doesn't just cover up that gagging odor you're torturing children and small animals with. Lumi is handcrafted to stop every internal organ from producing anything that could possibly make you smell like a living, breathing human being. Our secret ingredient is, well, I can't tell you that, but let's just say it made with something that rhymes with geranium. Now, how would your mother feel if she knew you were walking around being the putrid skank you are? She wouldn't be very happy, so jump into a big vat of Lumi today, you foul stench maiden.